Hey guys, hopefully you are having a great day, and I am going to walk through the problem that we did this morning on the board because all you have is one problem tonight, which is your guided practice problems number 5, which is on page 147. So I'm not going to do it for you because that would be giving you the answer, but I will go over the one that was just like it that we went over in class, just because some of you said, I'm not sure if I'll remember that when I get home. So if we could redo that on the video, then that would be helpful. So here goes. So this morning we talked about how Sam had some US and foreign stamps. The ratio of the number of US stamps to the number of foreign stamps was 3 to 4. And since US stamps was the first one mentioned, that would be the first part of our ratio, 3. And number of foreign stamps is 4. Now remember, that doesn't mean that there's 3 US stamps and there's 4 US stamps. It just means exactly what this says, where the ratio or the proportion of US stamps to foreign stamps is for every 3 US units of stamps, which could be 6 in each unit, 9 in each unit. We don't know that yet, but it would be 3 units and 4 units of foreign stamps. So that's what it shows right here. The ratio of US stamps to the number of foreign stamps was 3 to 4. It shows that here in our model. But then the second sentence, it changes our ratio. It says he, being Sam, bought 21 more US stamps, and the ratio became 9 to 8. So if you remember this morning, I just have a picture of what we did on the board. Our first ratio, this is kind of light, so I'm going to zoom in. Our first ratio was 3 and 4, but then when it changed it, it said our ratio is now 9 and 8. So we need to look at the ratio that didn't change. It says the only one that changed was our US stamps. It changed by 21 stamps. But that doesn't tell us how the ratio fits in. So what we need to do is say, okay, the ratio that didn't change, which was our foreign stamps, that's what our F included. And down here, the new ratio for foreign stamps that it mentioned in our second sentence of our problem is 8. So since it didn't tell us that that changed, essentially we know that 4 was multiplied by something to make an equivalent ratio of 8. So what did we multiply 4 by to make our equivalent ratio of 8? And we know 4 times 2 is 8. So remember, now that we know this is an equivalent ratio, we just times 2 to get 8. Whatever we do to one part of our ratio, we have to do to the other. So I know I can times 3 by 2 to get what should be our new ratio. So if I times 3 by 2, it will actually equal a ratio of 6 and 8. Well, what's the problem there is that it told us our ratio was 9 and 8. But remember, the 6 and 8 ratio would just be an equivalent ratio because we took both sides and times it by 2. So that would just give us the same ratio, just divided into more parts, 6 here and 8 here. But it said it added 21 stamps. So here is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts of our ratio, just like we did up here when we made it 2. We divided each one into 2 or timesed it by 2 to make more. And so the extra that we have here, we know is equal to 21 stamps. Well, if it was 6 and 8 is our new ratio, but it tells us once we added 21 stamps that it would actually equal 9 and 8. So what's the difference between 6 and 9? Well, there's 3. So we know our 21 equals 3 units, which we show right here. So in order to figure out how much each unit is, I just take 21 and I divide it by the 3, which is the difference between 3 times 2 is 6. I add the extra 3 to make 9. And if I go, remember like we did on the board this morning, 21 divided by these 3 units, because 21 is how many stamps we added, divided by the 3 units, that equals 7. So now I know that each one of these units is 7. That's where I got all these 7s. So remember, on a ratio, if I know that these are 7, the ratio says each portion is equal, so all of these would be 7 as well. So hopefully that makes sense to you, that now you can answer your questions of on our problem here. It says A, I'll scoot this up or kind of zoom it out so you can see the whole problem. It says on A, how many foreign stamps did Sam have? Well, here it's drawn a picture of exactly what I had on my paper, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and then I added the 3 to make our ratio 9, like it said, and that equaled, those extra 3 equaled 21 stamps, and then our original 4 divided into 2 parts, which equaled 8 of foreign stamps. So it's just showing right here exactly what I did. 21 was this portion divided by 3 because there was 3 units, equals 7, which meant each one of these is equal to 7. And now it's telling me if I want to know how many foreign stamps, I can go 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 56 foreign stamps. Then for B, it says how many US stamps. Well, I can go up here and count how many units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know each one is 7, so 9 times 7 would be 63 US stamps. So hopefully that helps you to do number 5 guided practice problem. You just do the same process, but you're going to do it for our guided practice problem. Just remember, the first thing you need to do is figure out, for our guided practice problem, they give you one ratio first, and then they change that ratio. Out of these two ratios, what one of these numbers does both of these ratios have in common? So this is saying green and red plates. This is going to talk about the number of green plates to the number of red plates, adds 18 more red plates to the cabinet, and the ratio becomes 4 to 5. So you're going to need to do just like we did over here and figure out, if she adds 18 instead of 21, how much is that equal to, and figure out how much each unit is. Hopefully that will help you. If not, please let me know before class tomorrow so I can come in early and help you, or you can text me or give me a call. Have a great night, guys. Bye.